Hello and welcome back, most illustrious members of the detail, guys, gals, and N-pals, monarchs of all or no genders. I am your host D, also known as MtF DOOM, and today, Daken has dropped. I don't care how you say it. I don't care how you say it. It looks like Daken Blackblade from Magic the Gathering, so that's how I'm going to say it. Daken has dropped, and we're going to brew with him. I hope you enjoy. Just before we get into it, as always, a big thank you to everyone who supports. You will be shouted out at the end. If you would like to join the supporters, a subscription goes a long way. Obviously, a like, a comment, and we have a Patreon down below. The only current tier is $1 a month, but it is highly, highly appreciated. I would feel uncomfortable taking any more than that from anyone, but I really appreciate anyone who donates. So, we have Daken. Daken is a 3/4. On reveal, add the Muramasa Shard to your hand. Muramasa Shard is a 1/1. When this is discarded or destroyed, double Daken's power. So, Daken is a 3/4 that doubles power if you can get rid of the shard. You can't just play it. At sort of baseline, he's a 4/8, right? Like, in a lot of ways, if what you're doing is playing Daken on 3, playing the shard, then destroying the shard at some indeterminate point in the future, you've paid 4 because you had to pay 1 for the shard, and you've gotten 8 power. Now, that's fine. It's not great, but we're going to try to put our thumb on the scale here, right? So we have a couple of decks. I've done some games with some of them. I think some are better than others, but I just wanted to offer maybe a plethora, and you can decide. We will have gameplay footage of the better ones, but but I wanted to just put a bug in your ear for all of them. So we're going to do my personal favorite first, although I think this might actually be the weakest of the 4 decks. Built to Break is the name of this deck. So 1, because we're just trying to break the Muramasa Shard, but 2, we're trying to actually break Daken's doubling. And we're trying to do a lot. Basically, okay, so we have Daken. We have HulkBuster. If you put HulkBuster on Daken, he becomes a 9 power. And then if you break the shard, he becomes an 18 power, right? We can Forge. And while I said Forge needs a buff, and I agree with that, this might be the deck, maybe, where Forge can see some kind of play. Forge also goes along with Brood, right? Like, it makes all the Broods 3/4, so that's 12 power on turn 3, which is pretty good, and it's 12 power that can't get shanged, which is really good. Additionally, we can eat the Broods with if they're buffed, we can eat them with either Carnage or well, if they're buffed, we kind of want to eat them with Venom. If they're not buffed, you can eat them with Carnage and just, like, basically get back all your spots, but have kept all the power. Obviously, Carnage, Venom, and Killmonger all work really well with the Muramasa Shard. And then, finally, we have, well, I guess not finally. Absorbing Man does, like, triple duty here. It's really cool what Absorbing Man can do. So, obviously, you can Absorbing Man, and we're going to see this in, I think, 3 out of the 4 decks. Absorbing Man on 4 curves really well from Daken on 3, because you just get a second shard. And suddenly, Daken becomes, 16 power if you blow up both shards. To note, Absorbing Man does not double in power. Absorbing Man will add the shard to your hand, but the shard will not double Absorbing Man's power. It only works with the actual card named Daken, because his on reveal isn't on reveal add the shard to your hand. When you destroy or discard it, double his power. It's just add the shard, and the shard just has that effect. So keep that in mind. You don't quadruple dip from Absorbing Man, but you can double dip Absorbing Man. In this deck, we also have Absorbing Man as possibly being able to copy Brood, and Absorbing Man's Broodlings are 5 power instead of 2, so that becomes a 4/15, which is obviously incredible. Absorbing Man can copy Black Panther on 6 alongside, some other thing. We don't really have that many good other cards, but we have some. we have some 2 costs just like in general. So on 6 you can play Absorbing Man. He will double to 10 power for 4 energy. And then, you know, you always have the option of like your opponent kind of thinks they're safe because you deployed Killmonger. Well, we can deploy another Killmonger via Absorbing Man. The card is just pretty good. The other thing, that the final thing we're trying to do is, because we have ways of adding power via HulkBuster, Okoye, and Forge, things like Black Panther that double their own power get double off Okoye, HulkBuster, and Forge. And then Nimrod, if we play Nimrod on 5 and then on 6 we play HulkBuster onto the Nimrod and then Venom onto the Nimrod, this goes up to 11 power. The Nimrod goes to 11, and then the Venom eats it. You go up to 14, and then you've also added 11 to the other 2 lanes. Conversely, you know, sometimes you're just going to like Forge plus like Carnage, or maybe the other way around on 4. You like Carnage and then you Forge on 4. Then you Nimrod on 5, having gotten the Forge buff, and then like you just Zola on 6. And now you have 2 8 power, right? You've added 16 power to 2 lanes, which can be good enough. Ultimately, I kind of think this is the clunkiest. While it has a lot of really cool things going on, it doesn't hone in on the shard so much, which can be like a bonus. You don't want Daken to be your only win con. Honestly, this deck does pretty good with the amount of win cons it has. The other big thing that we're going to notice, that I've noticed so far in gameplay and that I think you'll notice going forward, is honestly the destroying part of the shard is the harder to pull off aspect, right? Like, we have everything we can. We have Carnage, Killmonger, Venom. Oh, we could have Deathlock. Deathlock is the fictional metal band from Adult Swim. We could have that. We don't have that. But ultimately, because because in the destroy deck you have to play the shard and then destroy it, it makes Daken cost functionally 4. And with the discard package, you don't ever have to play the shard. So Daken remains functionally just costing 3. And so we're going to see that the discard variants end up like just edging out because of that, because you don't have to spend the extra resource. I will also make a note that I think Daken is one of the best season pass cards, but also one of the best for the game. That is, it's not like pre-nerf Silver Surfer levels of good, but in addition is one of the most reliant on the other cards that are coming out this month. And of note, I think they're all coming out in Pool 5, but you're gonna want Silver Samurai and X-23 at least, and Deathstroke doesn't matter so much. Obviously it's like fine with the shard, but it's not like it's not completely necessary. But Daken is one of the most reliant on the other cards that are coming out in his time period than almost any one that I can think of, certainly. So we'll get into some gameplay for this deck, because it is a really cool deck to see pilot, but it's definitely not the best one. Then we'll get into the next deck. All right, hell yeah, we're just looking for Daken. Boss, give me the Daken. Come on. Oh, it'll be so good if we get him. But I'm rapidly running out of faith. Ah, god damn it. Alright, so we are going to Forge over here. And then we can Brood for 12 power, as we talked about. Okay, cool. We gave them a rock. Sweet. We'll Brood over here. And then we can Carnage. I mean, oh my god. No, we're going to Absorbing Man center. Okay. I think that's probably good for us. Yeah, I think we're happy with this. If they are Galactus, they're going to now lose center. If they're not Galactus, yeah, I don't know. We had Prio. We're going to add 15 to the center. They're Galactus. Like, yeah. That's fine. And then they can play one card, and we can like, we could do that. Yeah, I don't think they got it. Yeah, they don't got it. They don't got it. Ooh, cool. So this just shows that, you know, while Daken would have been nice to show off, honestly, like just being able to add 15 power for 4 in a way that can't be Cosmoed is usually good enough. Oh, all right. Well, you know what? Turn one Okoye. To their turn 1 Nova. We have the Forge in hand. We have Zola. Okay, well that's much worse. Mojo World is not good for us. But I think this might be okay. Because we have Brood, so we can like sneak Mojo. Jesus Christ. Alright. I mean, we got Prio. I think we're going to do this. In this exact order. So, Daken gets buffed. Then we clear out these two. Daken gets added to the center and the left. And we have the Muramasa Shard to double him on the final turn. Oh, we have 3 Muramasa Shards. Oh my god. Yeah, that's fine. Buddy, Null is not going to do it for you. We can do this right now. And then we have exactly enough to play out the triple Muramasa. Oh, we have 1 extra space. We're going to triple Muramasa Shard on the right and then Killmonger on the left, I think. That's fine. Buddy, that's so fine. The fact that Daken can't get shanged, like, we're gonna let them just have priority forever. Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? We can bait a shang because we have enough room for this. That's fine. Come on. Come on, shang us for your Null. Oh, are they going to change Limbo back? No, okay, good. Good. Oh, no, we needed that to go left. Wait, no. We're good. They still have Prio. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this does it just every time. A Cosmo left gets us. Do you think they Cosmo left? I think they're scared enough that they're going to Cosmo right. Because they don't want us, like, silencing their Null. I think that's how they thought we were going to... Yeah, that's fine. Buddy. Hey, buddy, watch this. Yep, your Null's getting huge, buddy. Your Null's getting gigantic. We got it. Woo, sheesh. Next up, we have Blackblade, which is the more traditional destroy list. Even putting out Death, ideally, for very cheap on turn 5 or 6. We have other stuff that wants to get destroyed alongside the Shard. And basically, it's just a free, like, you know, it costs 1, but, like, it doesn't cost anything else, right? We're not trying to do any other hoops like we were with the last deck. We're trying to play sort of an honest destroy list. The Shard is worth, you know, 2 on Carnage. This is easily the list that is the easiest to pull off, but also I think of all the lists we're doing today has the lowest high roll potential, because you're only ever going to have one shard. There's literally not a way to get a second shard or to buff Daken in any additional capacity, right? Like the last list, we had other ways of like making Daken worth more power before doubling him. But we also just like, we want to be destroying the shard for death reasons. We can eat it with Carnage for like a +2. We just don't care. It can get incidentally destroyed with Killmonger alongside like other stuff. No, I guess technically there's a world where we can Nova the Daken first. Technically, there is that option. But ultimately, we're not really trying to do that. What we're just trying to do is use it as fodder for more, you know, it just gets added to your hand so that you can destroy it. And it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be that complicated. The upside being that, like, you know, Death and Nimrod and Daken are just a really good suite of cards to close out a game, to gain you that extra power that you need. And usually, you know, it's good enough in a lot of cases. So there's not too much to say about this. It's literally just the destroy list with Daken slotted in. But I really love you remember, like, I got my channel started on Death Wave. Like, I just love this deck a lot, so I wanted to showcase it. We got some destroyed targets. We gotta make. I'd really love to see Daken. I would love nothing more than my boy. Okay, I mean, Killmonger against this deck means that our death is going to be basically free. We really do want to see Daken, though. Oh, that Nimrod's good, too. Really do want to see Daken, though. Would really prefer a Daken. They have also either a Killmonger or a Deathlock. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're going to Deathlock here. And then we'll follow it up with Nova Killmonger. Ooh, that's interesting. I mean, I think I like that. Oh, man. Okay, no. Daken. Nova. Nova can go there. Oh, that's neat. Oh, okay. So this Killmonger is really good for us, is what you're telling me. To the point of, like, maybe... maybe we just wait, even? Is that ever the play? Just sitting and waiting? Alright, so if we do this, we've destroyed... our death is 6 right now. It'll be 5, 4, 3, 2. I really want it to be 1. So we have to go in this order, even though that's worse for us. In some ways, it's better for us in other important ways. It also means they're going to have to play their first card into their Jean Grey lane next turn, which they might not have wanted to. Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, well, hang on. Hang on now. You know what? In a different and important way, this is totally fine for us. Yeah, totally fine. Totally fine. Next up, we have what I call Surf Canada. It turns out that Daken is, like, from Japan. Wolverine's from Canada, so I assumed Daken was, like, a Canadian citizen, but then I realized this is called Big in Japan, so I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. So, for this deck, it is a Surfer deck, and again, like, we couldn't really fit Absorbing Man in the last deck. This deck has a lot of, like, good Absorbing Man hits. We have obviously the Venom, the Deathlock, Polaris Daken, Brood, but then we also have Surfer. Like, we don't really want to Absorbing the sometimes Deathlock, it doesn't matter. The point is, Absorbing Man has a shitload of good hits in this deck. And in addition, we're just playing the Surfer package, and the fact that we get a turn 7 a lot of the time means that you can go Surfer plus Absorbing Man on 7, and just like really get your opponent. The fact that you can, the broodlings that Absorbing Man makes are also 3 power. I know we covered that they were 5. Oh, sorry, they're 3 energy. We covered that they were 5 power already, but they will get buffed by a Surfer. Surfer is there, not Killmonger. So again, and then finally, we have a piece of tech that I haven't been able to bring up yet, but you might have seen in some of the clips, depending on which ones I use, which is that Daken is basically takes double damage from minus power, right? If your opponent plays a Wasp, a high Evo deck and like Wasps your Daken or hits it with a Lizard or a Scorpion rather in hand, it feels really bad because suddenly the Muramasa Shard, counted for 1 less as well. So Luke Cage fixes that. So this is the first deck we were able to fit Luke Cage, but I think Luke is a very, very good fit in decks like this. And it's a beating to have Daken have reduced power. So this is at least interesting. Let's see if we can get like 1 highlight out of my videos, maybe 2. I really want this one to actually show off Daken being good. The other ones, like, I didn't mind so much that Daken was just part of the plan. I want him to actually shine here. All right. Oh, I don't think I talked about this in the deck tech, but the reason that these decks are now playing Spider-Man instead of, well, sometimes instead of Sarah, sometimes like this one in addition to Sarah, is that you can't always vie for 3 lanes, and some of the time Spider-Man just locking a lane out into like Polaris Surfer on 6 is enough power, like, strictly enough like raw power that you're gonna win, and that's like what you're relying on a lot of the time. Now, we would love a Brood or a Daken right here, and we got neither of them, which is bad. Let's Polaris. We're gonna Polaris, and then we're gonna Absorbing Man, because I assume they aren't playing into deep space necessarily. And then we're gonna Spider-Man the Cosmos, I think. We'll see. This just might be the way out. Damn. Opponent. Alright, so if they have Spectrum, we're in a really good spot. Because they can't play it yet. And this usually... this looks to me to be the ongoing... Oh my god. I think we just won it. Yeah, none of those have any effect. And we just win on the back of... they can't do anything center. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. We did it. Look at this lockout. What an incredible lockout game featuring Daken. All right. So, we've not had that much luck with either Brood or Daken into Absorbing Man with this deck. We got it with one of the other decks. Spoilers, depending on the order I put these in. But, I think... Wait. When a card moves here... Does it count itself? If I Polaris Kraven... Am I gonna grow it? I hope not. Okay. Let's see. Let's find out. For science. Okay, cool. So Kraven doesn't grow itself, which is good to know. No, no, no. That's silly. D, that's silly. We'll just tie the left side, I think, and see what they do. And maybe, possibly, Sarah. Oops. Oh, that's on me. Sorry, opponent. I thought I ended my turn, but I did not. Alright, so they are... I don't know. I don't know what they are. But I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, like, okay. Again, Brood right here would be, like, incredible. Please. Please give me the Brood, boss. Okay, cool. So we just, like that. That ties left. That puts us up. Yeah, that's good enough. That's got to be good enough. Magneto. Not good enough. Hell yeah, we take those. I don't know what did they forget Nowhere? Or was there just... Oh, maybe they wanted... They wanted Titan. They wanted that effect really bad. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, cool. We take it. We'll take it. And finally, I think this is the list that most people have kind of settled on. And for me, I think it's one of the better lists as well. So again, we're able to fit Absorbing Man, so Daken can really pop off if we go Daken into Absorbing Man. I think Venom is a fine include in this list. I haven't seen it in a lot of people's lists, but one of the biggest problems, if you've played this is I called it Big Hands a while ago when I played it. This list, one of the biggest downsides is running out of space because you've swarmed, like, maybe more than once you've gotten a swarm to go off. And so you get to the final turn and you're like, oh no, like, I can't actually play all these swarms, and now Dracula has a chance to pitch one, and I'm going to be really sad if that happens. So by playing Venom, you can go like, you know, okay, I have 4 swarms in hand, whatever. I can put 3 of them into a lane and then Venom. And Venom can just reclaim all those spots for me and not lose out on any of the power. Yes, it means he can get shanged, but like in this deck, you have so many diverse threats that I don't think it matters. The fact that Dracula can be an Apocalypse, right? Like, it can be like 16 power. The fact that Morbius can be, you know, 8-10 power for 2 energy. The fact that Absorbing Man, you know, can make Daken 16 power, or can be like a follow-up, you know, MODOK some of the time, or a follow-up Sit, right? Like Sif on 3, discarding Apocalypse. Absorbing Man on 4, also discarding Apocalypse. You know, it's really cool. It's really cool. The fact that, you know, Absorbing Man can be a Colleen Wing sometimes, right? You already pitched your swarm once. Well, why not Absorbing Man, pitch it again, you know, follow it up with a Venom, you know, eating everything. If anything, there might not be enough discard. This might rely a little too much on MODOK, and at that point, you would say Venom needs to be some other discard card. But I really like how this one is played. I've really been happy with this, and we'll get into some gameplay and some really cool highlights, and then I'll see you at the outro. All right, it is time for the main event. Let's see how this works. The deck that everyone has been clamoring for. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna go Morbulon here. We'll go Daken into Shuri's Lab. And then we'll go Dracula into Bar Sinister. And we'll have to pitch our swarms at some point. But we're hoping to draw MODOK. But I think we have like a pretty solid plan. Let's see what they end up doing. Ooh, they're snapping. Okay. Huh. I'm pretty confident in this plan. What do you got? Okay, so they're on the same deck as us, but I don't think they are thinking about space necessarily. We'll see. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong, but I kind of think we're in a better spot than them, I think. Okay, swarm, and you're Daken over there. Oh, you know what? That's fair. Daken left 4, 8, 16. They're each going to be 32, which is really hard for our Dracula to beat. But on the flip side, our center and right are going to be like not that hard to win. Now we really need... What the shit? Opponent? You're playing the discard deck. You're supposed to discard those, my dog. So we Modok now. It only adds 2 swarms back to our hand. And then we get Chavez next turn. Yeah, I think so. It's got to be Killmonger. Fine. Yes, your left side is incredible. Now, did they play what's his name? The fucking the punty guy. Shang. Do they play Shang? And my answer, I think, is no. I'm like pretty sure the answer to that is not yes. if I had to guess. But we'll see. I mean, I think we actually go like that and then add. It'll be 11, 14 to the right. Yeah, I mean, like, if they got Shang, they win. If they got Shang, they win. That's fine. They play Shang. That's fine. They had it all. It's not what I was expecting out of that deck. All right. If we draw Daken, I think if we draw Daken, we're pretty happy. Does Morbulon fight down Sunspot well enough? Does that make it easier for me? I think that might. No, we're good with Morb going left, Dracula going middle as a really hard to interact with Apocalypse discard. I mean, we got it all, right? Yeah, I'm still happy with this. I wonder what they're doing. I'm doing a heckin' concerno, I tell ye. But like, oh, is this a bot? God damn it, D, is this a bot? Oh, that's a sick piece of art. Oh my god. Nani? Oh my god, it got worse. Alright, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're literally fine. So, we're going to add 16 to the right. And then we add like that. And then like that, and then like that. Yeah, I think even with the Shang that does it, right? And then we pitch on the right, tying that. Oh, we were short. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, it didn't matter, but very good, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who made it this far. I appreciate you so much. I'm really, really happy with Daken. really excited to see what this month holds with some of the other cards. I also, you might have noticed, opened Thanos. He was like he's my most, I have my cards sorted by recent because Daken is up there, but my last card in my last cache last month was Thanos, so there's probably going to be some Thanos gameplay coming up. Thank you so much, everyone who made it this far. Thank you, everyone who supports. They are as follows: The Tiny Ruby, A Frog in a Tent, Clips, Crayon Eater, Cole D, Polyhaze, Sartorius, Demisi, KD, Diston Nelson, and Matt Backey. This channel would not be possible without all of you donating your time, effort, money, sometimes all of it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you all very soon.